Hi, I'm Josiah Shepard, and the job that I would like to do in the future is a sports broadcaster. The reason I want to go into this job is because I have a love and passion for sports. Being that I'm an athlete who plays three different sports, wanting to bring light to those sports in a way that no one else has is something that I really, truly want to do. As I said, bringing light to the lower sports that don't get as much attention, such as wrestling and track, would make me happy to see people getting into the sport like I fell in love with it. I want to focus on the writing and informative news part of this job so that I'm able to put out stories and grab people's attention so that they get interested into the sport. When it comes to the money side of things, it can vary. It's based on what level of sports you're reporting on and what level of education you have. A typical sports reporter makes around $38,546 per year, but it can vary based on your level of education. The typical US sports broadcaster, according to Indeed, is said to make around $14,000 to $92,000 per year. But that is based on the sports, them having the highest level of education, and how well their stories are exposed to the public. This career typically has lots of benefits and a decent amount of drawbacks. A few of those benefits are being able to get into sporting events for free. A lot of people don't know, but the broadcasters, the reporters, and all of them, they get into the games for free. They get in earlier than most people so they can get the pregame interviews, pregame predictions, how the coaches feel about the game, how the players feel about going into the game, and what they believe the outcome will be. Another benefit is that you're able to work from home. Most of the time, you'll be at home editing over the papers you write and making sure your story is able to be posted to the public. The drawbacks of this job are that you typically might not make a lot of money. As I said, the money can vary based on how much your level of education and what sports you play or what sports you're reporting on. Another drawback is that it's really hard to get your name out there. And based on the fact that a lot of people can't get themselves into a well-known company, it can set you back. When it comes to the work environment, it can also vary because some days you're working from home and some days you're at a big game trying to figure out who's going to win this game, who's going to win that game, or you're just typically traveling. And sometimes you'll also be in an office, but a lot of the times you'll be home. During games, it typically comes with writing or describing the score, small details that happen throughout the game, or little facts that the coaches or the players said during that game so that the people who read are able to get that sense of being there. The little updates somewhat typically come in small sentences or a halftime short where you write maybe a paragraph or two about what happened in the first and second quarter, then talk about what you think is going to happen going into the third and fourth quarter, or what's going to happen in the next 2 minutes of a wrestling match, how you feel a wrestler will do, or how typically a track runner will feel based on how they ran in the past. I think a sports broadcaster is a very important part of the sports community because they help bring light to the sports that don't get that light, or they bring light to the sports and teams that don't get that moment to shine. And I really hope to make an impact on the sports community with my stories and my updates for different teams across the world. And I can't wait to formally get into the job. Thank you.